Welcome to our bright studio. Welcome to Foreign Languages TV channel.
Welcome.
So, how are you feeling now?
A bit nervous. This is my first time on the television.
Yes, this is the first time, yeah?
No, for me not.
Yes, no.
No. Actually, I visited a few months ago for Turkish program on Thursday.
Wow.
We had a conversation in Turkish language.
Wow.
Now this time I'm going to speak in English.
In English,
I hope.
yes.
Okay,
Great.
perfect, very brilliant.
Awesome.
And first of all, could you introduce a little bit about yourself to our viewers?
Welcome all. I am Pranav Srivastava. I am basically from India. I have done my BTech, then Masters, now pursuing my PhD. And I have been in Uzbekistan since 2021. So it's been 2 wonderful years. Next year it will be 3.
Thank you for first of all inviting me, giving us chance. As I am Alisha Jalilov, so I am also an assistant professor at Amity Universiteti, and I have done my PhD in South Korea, and so doing teaching job like him, and I'm very happy to be here.
Wow, perfect! That's amazing. And the reason why do you know the Korean language as well?
Actually, when I went to South Korea, I had classes in English. I just learned Korean language by myself. So that's why my Korean language level is not so good, but it's enough to have conversation outside. But level is, how can I say, for example, like in Korea they have also topic which is equivalent to the IELTS. A topic for foreign languages test, and my level was 3-4, is not so high, but was enough to have a conversation.
You see, he's multilingual nowadays. He is learning Hindi as well with
Wow,
us.
kya baat hai, badhiya.
Yes.
Kya baat hai.
Since I'm working with Indian professor, that's why I'm trying to learn.
It will be more
Yes.
easy.
language also.
That's going to be one of the best networking.
Yeah.
And generally, how many languages do you know? Both of them?
I know around 2 languages, English and Hindi, and apart from them, a bit of Punjabi, right?
Punjabi.
Yeah,
Sat Sri Akal. Yes,
Sat Sri Akal.
I'm also learning Punjabi because it's really interesting, and I'm able to speak Hindi as well because they are my teachers from Amity also, and also, you know, when you are in atmosphere of the natives, your language will be enhanced.
Yes.
Therefore, Dr. Alisher is also learning Hindi, and it will be really easy for you to obtain skills in Hindi because we have natives. Therefore,
yes.
But
They accepted me like their own person, so that's why sometimes by mistake they talk to me in Hindi.
wow.
Yeah, they think that I understand everything. No, I'm not just learning. Yeah, and this just. I don't consider Indian language like as a which I know, but I know English as well, the Russian a little bit, so Turkish I know good, Korean, and many years before I could speak in Tajik language, but last decades I'm not talking in this language.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And Dr. Pranavji, could you please tell us your first visit to Uzbekistan from India? Can you remember your first days?
Yeah, very well. I can remember the first days. I arrived at the airport, we exchanged the money, and I was like, what I'm having in my hand? So much money, right? And then I went on to Korzinka to buy something, and I was just confused what to buy, what not to buy. And the price conversion was just confusing me. But then I did plain maths, and it was all okay within a week or so. But still, traversing around, communicating with others was a bit challenge, but we had Google Translate now, so it was much easier due to that.
Yeah. So before also, I have a question. So where are you seeking for the information regarding the Uzbekistan before coming here, like probably pros and cons? Did you have this one?
I just learned about that how will be Uzbekistan, and how will be Tashkent, what will be the temperature, because at that time I was coming with my family, with my wife who was also working as assistant professor in Amity, and my 4-year-old child. So I was a bit worried that I am going to a new country, how the conditions will be, how the people will they be welcoming or they will be not. But when I reach here, everyone is so friendly that I am just amazed, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Because it is. Because in other countries, the people are not so welcoming, that I have felt, right? But here in Uzbekistan, everybody is ready to help you in each and every regard. I have seen instances that I called a cab on Yandex, and it was not able to pick up my location. So I went to a policeman, and so Yandex call, and he was like talking to him for 15 minutes and asking him to come over here so that we can go home easily, right? So everybody is very friendly over here, and that really helps me and my family to get acquainted over here, and that really helped us.
Yes.
Perfect. And we know that there are normative requirements for every profession, and everyone try to update some kind of skills or opportunities, some kind of qualifications to enter or applying some kind of job or profession. And the reason why, do you have some kind of unique methods or teaching philosophy for every single day? Do you use your lessons, seminars, some kind of training courses, or other ones?
See, basically I am teaching computer engineering. Okay, so we have to teach students about how do we make programs, right? But what I feel is that before I teach them programs, I should teach them logic, that how this problem should be solved, right? If I have to move this cup from this place to that table, right?
Yes.
Now I can go directly, or I can go to Samarkand and come here, but which is the best way? Going directly, okay? So I tell them that first understand the logic, and if you are able to understand the logic, you can solve any problem. You can do programming in any language if you understand the logic. So that's what I am trying to teach them, inculcate them, that first understand the logic and then move to the programming.
Perfect, amazing.
And I try to have more and more practical the recent examples for them. For example, if I teach them something about that was taught to us in 1990s, they will not be able to understand because technology has changed, right?
Yeah.
We don't have any more floppy disk or CDs. Nowadays, we are having a smartphone with us.
Yes.
So I will get example using the smartphone only, and they are able to understand much better due to that.
Yes, you're so much right.
In
What
my
about
case,
you, sir?
for example, even if I teach the same subject to different sections, to different groups, you know that the level of the groups are not same. So then we should approach them with the proper way and considering their level. For example, if I teach just the basic mathematics to IFS students, foundation students, even in foundation students in different sections, different groups, they have different levels.
Yes.
And then I try to give the examples according to their level and try to explain in the way they understand. And for example, in IT, I also teach maths in IT, right? And when I explain, of course, I try to find examples with the application of that topic, that subject in IT. And when you explain maths in economics, of course, we should find the examples. Then they will understand much more better, and they will be able to apply the knowledge which they are getting from us in their own field. And we try to explain why these subjects are given to them.
That is really very important.
That is very important.
Students are always asking me, that, Professor, why do we need to read this subject? I have already learned this. Why I am learning maths again? I told them that it's really very important to get to know about each and everything, because you never know that which concepts or law you have to apply later in your life, right?
Yes.
So they ask me, Professor, no maths. Professor, no, this. No, you have to learn this, dear. You have to understand the basics, then only you can build upon, right? You have to first, we don't just create a house, we first fill the foundation, right? Then only we can have a big house, right?
Yes.
That's why I always tell them.
So they are interconnected with the subject.
That is why we are teaching them each and everything.
Some kind of obligation, but this is some kind of.
But if you give the good evidence, if you give good examples, I always try to give the connection of the topics with their fields. For example, I say in data structure you use this topic, in cyber security you use this topic, and for example programming in C you use this topic, in electronics you use this topic. So if you prove that each topic is necessary for their future studies, then they take it serious.
Perfect.
Yes.
And according to the world standard, or according to some kind of recent worldwide popularities, what do you think, how IT affect our future goals, some kind of visions or strategic goals, especially for the digitalization or telecommunications or some kind of other professions or other unique sectors in the society, in any kind of country as well, and how it affects especially for the teacher's profession right now?
See, IT has been booming since 1990s when we had the computer available to everyone, right? When they were made public, and with the coming of internet, now everything is online, right? If you want to learn something, you can find a tutorial online. If you want to make something, you can have